Hello, this is Sarah from Ella Global Community. This is a tutorial on how to sign up and use the Ella platform on your mobile phone. I'm using an iPhone here, but the process is much the same on Android. So the first thing you need to do is go into your email. I use Gmail here, but it can be any email app that you use on your mobile. And I can see that I've already received the invitation in my email inbox. If you're expecting to receive it there and you don't see it, just have a look in the other folders. It may have gone into your spam or promotions folder. But mine's here in my inbox, so I'm going to open that up. There's a bit of information here. The first thing I'm going to do is click the blue Join Me button, and it's going to open up your sign up on your browser. On the sign up page, you'll see that you have different options of how to register. You can choose to log in with Google, Facebook, LinkedIn or Apple. But if you do choose one of those, remember which one you've used, because you'll always need to use the same method when you sign in later. I'm just going to register using my email. So I'm going to type in my name here, for example, Jane Doe. And then add a profile picture, and you do this by clicking the circle with the plus sign inside. You can take a photo or choose from your photo library. Here's one I took earlier. And now you'll see that the blue Next button in the top right hand corner has lit up, so I can press that. It should fill in your email address automatically. Try to choose a password that comes up with this green strong and type it in again to confirm, and then you'll need to check the box that says you agree to the terms and conditions. And now you'll see the blue box in the top right hand corner that says create account has lit up, so I'm going to press that. And here we go. Now I'm on the platform already in my browser. I could choose to press the X here in the top right hand corner and just continue using my browser, or I can download the app. On this occasion I'm going to download the app to show you how that works. It's opened up in the App Store, or this will be Google Play if you're on an Android phone. And the app is called Mighty Networks, so I'm going to download it now. And once it's downloaded, just press open. And it should bring you straight to the Ella Test platform. If it doesn't bring you straight onto the correct network, Ella Test platform, just go back to your email and press that blue Join Me button again, and it will open up in the app in the correct network. Okay, so the app's opened up here on the United Kingdom group, and to get back to the main platform homepage, I'm going to click the pink Ella logo that's in the bottom left hand corner. First takes us to the groups page, and I'll click it again, and this is the home page. The first thing you might want to do is update your profile picture. You can do that by pressing the three lines in the top left hand corner, which brings up the menu, and then right at the bottom you'll find personal settings. Choose edit profile. And now you can make some updates here. You can add a cover photo, and you can also enter a short bio. It's nice to add in here your pronouns so that people know how to address you. I use she, her pronouns, so I'll just write that in. You can add any personal links as well if you want to link to your Facebook or Instagram, for example. And you can also add an introduction to tell people a little bit more about you if you want to. For now, that's fine for me, so I'm just going to press save and then press the back button. The next thing we recommend that you do is update your notification settings. You can do that in the same menu, pressing notifications. By default, the platform sends out a lot of email updates. So we'd suggest either turning it off altogether, like that, or you can change it to a daily digest. That's just one email a day that tells you all the updates on the platform. And by default here, you'll also see that mobile notifications are off. So we'd suggest to switch that on and enable push notifications with the red button there, and just allow Mighty Networks to send you notifications. Now you have options a little bit further down here on which things you'd like to be notified on. By default, they're almost all on, but you can decide which things you'd like to hear about. So for example, if you don't want to hear when somebody puts a cheer on your post, which is equivalent of a like, you can switch that off. But leave it on for comments. Maybe you want to hear about those, and just have a look through all the different options and see which ones you'd like to hear about and which ones you wouldn't. Right at the bottom, you'll see that you can also adjust the settings for group notifications. Right now I'm only in the UK group, but as you join more groups, they'll also show up here. And once you've made your decisions, you can just press back and it will be saved automatically. So we leave the menu and we're back on the home page. Some things to be aware of here. At the bottom of the screen, you've got a bell icon. If you click on that, you can see any notifications that you have. And to exit, just press again the Ella logo in the bottom left-hand corner. And you've also got these speech bubbles on the bottom menu there, and that's where your chats go. So if anyone sends you a direct message, that'll be in here. And you can also press the plus icon in the top right-hand corner to start a new chat. But likewise, you can also do that from somebody's profile page by selecting Say Hello. So back here on the main Ella feed, you can use the magnifying glass icon in the top right hand corner to search for something specific. So for example, if I wanted to find out about Ella Talks, I can type that in and it will bring up anything to do with Ella Talks that's been posted on the platform. Once you've had a look there, you can just press the X to get back to the main feed. The next thing I want to show you is the menu here on the main feed. You can access that again by pressing the three lines in the top left-hand corner. And there are a few different things to look at here. The first one is topics. And here you'll find the content divided into different subjects. So for example, if I wanted to see articles to meet the Ella community, click there and I'll see the different articles that are already here. Likewise, any other topics, you can have a look through those and you can follow them if you find them interesting. And then we have events, and here you'll see all the upcoming events in our calendar. You can click on those to get more information. You can see that we have a quiz tonight. It looks great, so I can click going, and now you'll see that you can add it to the calendar, and this will link directly to your iCal or your Google Calendar, whatever you use. And I can also see the Zoom link there directly on the page, so when the event starts I can just access it straight from here. Okay, I'm going to go back to the main menu. Next thing to show you here is discovery, and here you can see our featured articles. Some of the things we think are really great are events that are upcoming soon, top posts, the ones that have had the most interaction, again some of our topics there, and our groups. So this is a kind of highlights page where you can see all the top activity at the moment. So we're going to go into groups now. You could either do that here from the discovery page, but I'm going to go back to the menu and then select groups. And now I can see here all the different groups that are available. And the first one I'm going to look at is the Global Forum. If I click there, I can already see what's going on here because this is a public group. So I can see a post here about queer business. Now if I click that I want to make a comment, I'll need to join the group. That's fine, this is a public group, so just press join and you become a member straight away. So now you'll see here at the top you've got add post or ask question. So now you can create your own post in the group, and you have different options in here. You could add pictures as well with your post, or URL links. For example, if you put a YouTube link in there, it will embed the video in your post. When you create a post, you'll also see that there is a button that says add topic. If I click there, it will show me the different topics within this group, the Global Forum. So you can choose which category it falls under, and this helps people to find your posts more easily. So I'm not going to make a post for now. You can also click ask question here and write a question to this group. You can choose to add a topic here as well, just like with a post. Now within the group here, I'm in the Global Forum group. If you access the menu with the three lines in the top left hand corner, you have another menu which looks just like the one on the main feed, but you'll see that if you select topics, the topics here are different to the ones on the main feed. So for example, if I wanted to see the topic about what's cooking, I can select that one and see what people have been posting about their recipes and so on. So lots of topics here to choose from if you want to filter down the content to find a specific thing. So going back to the main menu here in the Global Forum, you can see that there's also a discovery page here. So just like the discovery page on the main feed, this is going to show you the highlights within this group. And now I'm ready to leave the Global Forum, and I can do that by pressing back to network, you see at the top next to the pink Ella logo. So I'll click there and it brings me back to the group screen. So now looking at the local country groups, I signed up from the United Kingdom, so I can see that I'm already joined on that group. But for example, if I'm planning to go on holiday to the United States, I can join the United States group to get some advice from the local members there. I just need to press request access, and the moderator for that country will confirm me into that group. You'll get a notification when that's the case. But for now, I'm going to enter the United Kingdom group, which I signed up to. And you can see it looks much like the Global Forum. You can always tell that you're in a country group because you'll see this icon here with the map of the country in a rainbow. And just like in the Global Forum, I can add a post or ask questions here. And again, we have topics, and those are once again different within the local countries to what they are in the Global Forum. So you've got local information, for example, or meet someone new if you want to meet someone in your local area. I'm not going to make a post for now. And once again, if you want to access those topics, you can do it on the side menu here. For example, local information. I can see a post about Brighton Pride, lesbian bars in the UK, that kind of thing. And going back to the menu, once again, we have another discovery page to find the top activity in this group. Once I'm finished here in the groups, I'll press again at the top of the menu back to network, and it first takes me to the groups page, and I can press the pink Ella logo in the bottom left hand corner to get back to the main feed. So hopefully this has given you a good overview of how to use the platform. If you have got any more questions or you'd like to find out any more information, have a look at the topics here on the main feed, and you can find one called All About Ella. And here there are lots of guides that give you all the information about our platform, our pilot program, and different guidelines for behaviour on the site and behaviour within groups and events and so on. The beginner's guide gives you a lot of information for when you first join up. And if you have any further questions or you want to give us any feedback, at the bottom of this guide, you'll see where can I send feedback or submit a review, how do I report inappropriate content, spam, or another user. So you can use those options to get in touch with us. So for example, I want to report inappropriate content. I'll click there and it opens up the profile for our report team. These are the people to get in touch with if you're having somebody bothering you on the platform, or you've seen someone post some inappropriate content, or you think that something needs to be removed. Go to the report team here and you can click say hello. It will open a chat, a direct message. So here you can type in what's going on that's bothering you on the platform, and you can also press the little camera icon there to add a screenshot. Screenshots are always helpful. Going out of there, I can also press to send feedback, and this opens up the profile for our feedback team. And likewise, you can click say hello and let us know about anything you think we can improve or change on the platform, or just anything you think is great. We love to hear from you, and we're always developing using your ideas. So please do feel free to get in touch. Okay. And I think that's everything for now. I hope this has given you a good overview. Any questions, any feedback, please do get in touch. We love to hear from you. But I hope you have a great time on the platform, and I'll see you there. Thank you. Bye-bye.